Yeah, sure. Hi again, Jürgen. Obviously, positive news this week on the kind of injury and illness front with Trent, James Milner and Roberto Firmino all back training. What's the latest as regards Thiago and when can you expect to have him available once again?
That's about 100% clear when Thiago will be back. It's a muscle in the calf issue, obviously. So, yeah, I'm after international break, probably. It's not. I don't think there's anything earlier possible. So we will have to see.
Again, I suppose, how frustrating is that for him, and also how frustrating a situation for Naby Keita at the minute, because it just appears that he doesn't quite get a break. It appears it's a little bit stop-start for him once again as regards injuries.
Yeah. Nothing really serious, but keeps him out of the next game for sure, and maybe a little bit longer. We have to see there as well. It's nothing, with Naby especially, it's nothing serious, but it's obviously painful, and we have to see how we can deal with that. But it's of course not cool when the players say had a good preseason, could play a lot of games, and now being out. But that happens throughout the season. Hopefully, that when they come back, that's it now, and they can play the rest of the season. It would be extremely helpful.
Thank you, Vinny. We go to Andy from the Premier League Productions. Sorry.
Morning, Jürgen.
Morning.
Just on the midweek game, I saw they've been dubbed Klopp's kids, the youngsters coming through. How impressed are you with these youngsters coming through the academy at the moment at Liverpool?
Very, very. We had a great preseason, and lots of them were with us pretty much the whole time. Some of them, at least, some only for the first 3 weeks. But it gives you a massive insight in their skill set, what they are doing, how they react to different situations, and we have obviously the boys, the coaches, and all the staff at the academy doing obviously really a brilliant job. I know managers have to say that always because it sounds like it's appropriate to say, but they do a brilliant job, and there are loads of real talents coming up, and so now 3 of them had a go against Norwich, and I think not only me, not only I was impressed, everybody was impressed how well they did, and especially the age group. So Kate is 16, which is playing an adult football game. You don't find now thousands of players who are ready to do that, and then the other 2 boys with 18 playing as mature as they played. That's really good for us, obviously, and good for them. And there's a lot to learn, a lot to improve, and a lot to come. But there's already a lot there, and I'm really happy about that.
And just one on Brentford. How refreshing an addition do you think they've been to the Premier League so far?
Absolutely great, and I watched the press conference of Thomas Frank, and it was like one of the most entertaining things I watched for the last few years. I will be honest, it's like half an hour talk about all the different players, all the really, it was really good, but maybe we have to start with that. The football they play is incredible. The organization they have is incredible. So Thomas, obviously a brilliant job. Brentford is doing a brilliant job. How they recruit, how different they are, how much they show that even with lesser money, it's really possible to create something really special. It reminds me a lot on the time at Mainz when I was there, because we had no money. We had to be really creative on the transfer market, and there's a massive difference between the money Brentford has and Mainz at that time, but what it shows, it's still possible. And so I mean, I hear him talking, it's a nice situation. So like talking about, actually nobody expects us to get something from the game against Liverpool, but we have a chance. And yes, they have. Not only because it's football, no, because of the football they play. That's an incredibly well-drilled football team. And it's 3-5-2, what they play, or however they call it exactly. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody's ready to make the extra yard. Together with the new stadium, he spoke about that in a press conference as well. So I saw the game against Arsenal. I saw them celebrating after the Arsenal game, which was absolutely great to see how much it meant to them. And we know what we have to expect there. So that will be really a tough one. But rightly so, that's football. And we all have a chance, and we all want to go for it, and they want to go for it for sure, but we obviously will have a go as well. It's just a really important game for us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks,
Andy.
Jürgen. Best of luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Okay. James from TalkSport for 1 or 2, depending what you need. James.
Jürgen, you've only conceded 1 goal in the Premier League so far this season. What has been the key to that? Because the personnel and the makeup of your defence has changed already this season.
Yeah, Ali in moments that he could just make brilliant saves. So it's not that then nobody shot on target against us. But yes, as a unit, we defended so far pretty well. We said it before the game, before the season. Nobody wanted to hear it, but we have 3 new players. We have without buying them with Joel, Joe, and Virgil. We brought in Ivo. We had already really, you're right, against. I think Crystal Palace was the last line we changed completely. They never played together before, so it's not about that. You need just to have a clear defending attitude. That's what we have, what we had last year as well. And then when you have then the players you can rely on immediately in the last line, then it looks good. But last year, for example, when Reece and Nate played in last line, we defended really well. So it was just, we needed time to adapt to that. So we had the time, and this year we had time during the preseason to work on it. That's what you see now. That doesn't mean that we will have at match day 38 still only 1 goal conceded, but it means we are more stable in the moment. But that's what we need to be successful. And if you want to be successful, you have to be consistent. If you are consistent, that means that you defend well, because you cannot fly every day and score an awful lot of goals. You have to defend. You have to grind out results from time to time, and that's what we did so far, and it's good, but only the start.
And on that note, what sort of challenge are you expecting from Brentford, the front 2 in particular, Tony and Mbeumo, who seem to have a real chemistry up front?
They have, and they have another striker, I think Cross, if I'm right, who scored 4 goals in midweek, which is obviously a very exciting one as well. So it's just nice. So Panorama played there, Ollie Watkins played there, I think together with Mbeumo, and now they found last year the next one with Ivan, and I have to say, chapeau. Really, it's not only them; they really work as a unit extremely well, and giving players like Ivan now the trust and the faith, and you can see what you can get out of a player. So that's obviously the case, because he was on the market, and I'm not sure how many Championship, nearly Premier League teams were going for him, but Brentford did. They sold 2 of the best strikers in the Championship for sure. Now two of the best strikers in the Premier League, and brought in the next one. So it's not about the problems you can have, it's about the solution you have, and that they had obviously a brilliant solution. And I said the whole team, these 3 really tall guys in the center backs, then really speedy and fully committed wing backs, or the whole team defense. Like it's the last game of their life, and that's really impressive. I have to say, it's really impressive, and congratulations for that so far. The start they had is good, is really good, and I'm pretty sure they are not satisfied yet. So it will be an interesting game, because 2 really lively, high intense teams will face each other, and the home team has the crowd in their back, and we have to make sure that we can calm the atmosphere a little bit down only for that day, because apart from that, I'm completely fine that they have the best season of their lives, because I really like what they do.
Brilliant. And the final 2 questions of the open section before we go to embargo from Carl from BBC Merseyside. If we could have the hands up from the Daily guys now, I'll get a couple of you in. But Carl from the BBC to conclude this part.
Hi Jürgen.
Hi, Carl.
On Taki Minamino, he struggled to get into the team in his first year. Do you think that loan at Southampton has really helped him to get the pace of football and has given him confidence, and we're seeing the benefits of that now?
Everything helped Taki. Taki is really an outstanding talent. So it's you come from Asia, you go to Salzburg, you come from Salzburg, you go to Liverpool. Liverpool not in the best phase of their lives. It's not that we were flying all the time. So it is obviously it was part of or came in here when everything was difficult. We had no supporters in the stadium, all that stuff, and then you need to get used to the Premier League. That's how it is. And yes, it helped massively that he went to Southampton. Of course, he came back and was a complete different player. You can see that now. His finishes are really incredible in the moment. How he connects the game, how he drops in the right moment is a different package now, and that's was really helpful. And players need time. We just don't give them often enough. That's the problem. He used that time, so that's good.
And 7 of your goals have been scored from corners already this season. Do set pieces take on extra importance when it is harder to break down the opposition at times?
No, not more. Importance was always very important. It was always very important. You just, if it doesn't work out, you don't know exactly why. There's here an inch, there an inch, lack of conviction that you really, the cross is not right, the runs are not right. There are little things, but they are not obvious mistakes. You think, okay, what's going wrong? So then you have to change a few details, and then you can go again. So I think 2 years ago we were exceptional with set pieces. Last year we didn't have that exactly like that, especially when we needed it. We didn't have it. But I think, remember it, I think 2 years ago in the start of the season, set pieces helped us as well massively. We always work on it. Pete Gravitz and the analysts are really creative there, but we had to get it settled a little bit, like being not too creative that nobody knows anymore which routine we use. But we have now a nice basis which we use from time to time. But obviously, when the big guns are then back, when Verge, Joe and now Ibu, when they can be a threat in the box, that helps obviously. When the right takers are out there, then it helps as well. So it's good, but it was absolutely necessary. So, but it's not that we started working on set pieces this preseason. We work actually all the time on them, and you just don't see that always, like we don't see it always. In a moment we have a good moment, long may it continue.